In the world of problem solving, even the smallest figures can hold the greatest lessons. Here, a humble triangle of numbers becomes a stage where choices repel downward and paths unfold. Our quest is to uncover the path of least burden, to move from the peak to the base with wisdom, choosing steps that keep the journey light. This is the story of Triangle Minimum Path Sum. Let's begin by defining the challenge clearly. We are given a triangle of numbers. Starting from the top, at each step we may descend to one of the two adjacent numbers in the row just below. Our task is to determine the minimum possible sum along a path that begins at the top and ends somewhere on the bottom row. This is not just about reaching the bottom, it's about reaching it as cheaply as possible with the least accumulated sum. Here's an example triangle. At the top sits the number 2. Below it we can choose between 3 and 4. Continuing downward, the triangle grows wider. Now one possible path is 2, 3, 5, 1, giving us a total of 11. This is the smallest possible path sum and it demonstrates the essence of the problem. At each row, the decision we make impacts the final outcome. To frame the problem, here are the constraints. The triangle can have up to 200 rows. Each row is one element longer than the row above it, maintaining the triangle structure. The values inside can range from minus 10,000 to plus 10,000, meaning both large negatives and large positives must be handled. Finally, the triangle also starts with just one number at the top. The first idea that comes to mind is we could recursively try every possible path. From each number, branch into both options below and continue until we reach the bottom. While this would work for very small triangles, it becomes a nightmare as the size grows. The time complexity explodes to big O of 2 to the power m because each row doubles the number of possible paths. For 200 rows, this is simply impossible. Dynamic programming comes to the rescue. The problem has overlapping subproblems. The minimum path sum for one element depends only on the two directly below it. This structure allows us to avoid recomputation and instead build our solution step by step. We have two strategies. First, bottom-up DP, where we start at the base and fold the triangle upward. Second, top-down DP, where we begin at the top and expand downward. Both strategies can be optimized to use only big O of n space, making them very efficient. Let's explore the bottom-up approach. We begin by copying the last row into a one-dimensional array. Then moving upwards row by row, each element is updated to include itself plus the minimum of its two children from the row below. In this way, each row is compressed into the one above it. When we finally reach the top, the single number left represents the minimum path sum. Here is the C++ implementation of the bottom-up DP. Notice how we start from the second last row and work our way up. Each value in the row is updated by taking the minimum between the two possible children below and adding it to the current value. By the time we finish, the triangle's top element holds the minimum path sum. This is efficient, clear, and avoids unnecessary recursion. To see it in action, let's walk through the example. We start with the last row, 4, 1, 8, 3. Moving one row up, 6 becomes 6 plus the minimum of 4 and 1, which is 7. 5 becomes 5 plus the minimum of 1 and 8, which is 6. 7 becomes 7 plus the minimum of 8 and 3, which is 10. The row becomes 7, 6, 10. Repeating the process, the row above becomes 9 and 10. Finally, the top element 2 becomes 11. This confirms that the minimum path sum is indeed 11. Now let's switch perspectives to the top-down approach. We initialize a DP array with the top element. For each new row, we update the DP array from right to left. The last element in the row is updated by adding the value from the previous row's last element. The middle elements are updated as the minimum of two possible paths, the one directly above or the one diagonally above left. The first element is updated by simply extending the path from directly above. At the end, the minimum among the last row's values gives the result. For the same triangle, the process looks like this. We start with 2. After processing the second row, we get 5, 6. The third row updates to 11, 10, 13. Finally, the last row becomes 15, 11, 18, and 16. The smallest among them is 11, which matches the bottom-up approach's answer. This consistency reassures us that both strategies are equally valid. Let's analyze complexity. Both approaches visits every element exactly once, so the time complexity is big of n squared. As for space, because we only store one row at a time, we optimize down to big of n. This means the solution scales well, even for the largest allowed triangle size of 200 rows. To conclude, the triangle minimum path sum problem is a classic example of the power of dynamic programming. We began with brute force, saw its inefficiency, and replaced it with smarter strategies. Both bottom-up and top-down methods lead to the correct result, and with space optimization, the solution is practical and efficient. This problem teaches us a larger lesson. When faced with countless possible paths, the right perspective can turn overwhelming complexity into structured clarity. Thank you for your attention.